the numbers tell us.
Jessica Summer was recently laid off from her job as a design researcher at a tech company. Ironically, she calls it somewhat of a relief.
I was feeling burnout already, so that gives me about 18 months to sort of figure out what it is that I want to do next. And I have 2 small kids, and I'm just taking care of them, starting kindergarten, and taking a breath for a moment, yeah.
A recent global survey from the group Future Forum finds that worker burnout is at a pandemic-era high. Australia topped the list with 50% of the workforce feeling physically and emotionally exhausted. Workers from the UK and Germany followed next with 48%, and then the US at 41%. A major factor contributing to increasing burnout is a reluctance to return to the office, especially in tech and remote work-driven places like Silicon Valley.
There's a lot of hesitation to come back into work.
In an HR Digest article I read, which was based on a blind survey, 80% of tech workers were looking for other jobs. So I think that the reason behind tech worker burnout is that sometimes companies will consider the marginal cost of overworking employees being low, but fail to consider the full cost of overworking tech workers. So the full cost being that the company itself becomes less competitive and less profitable if the best talent is considering leaving the company.
While tech companies have slashed thousands of jobs in the past year, data from the U.S. Chamber of Commerce shows there are still more than 10 million job openings in the U.S., but only 5.7 million unemployed workers.
I travel all over the country, and these jobs are going unfilled, so the pressure goes on your current employees. So it becomes a retention issue, and things like the Great Resignation, quiet quitting, quiet firing are real.
The Future Forum survey also found that remote and hybrid workers are 57% more likely to say their company culture has improved over the past 2 years. Those workers also cited flexible work policies as the main factor for that improvement.
The hybrid is here to stay. And what I find when I speak to business owners is they're kind of pissed off that they have to change. They have to change. People do not want to work the way they used to. So if we as employers don't meet our employees, our valuable asset, where they want to be met, someone else will.
Voto also says it's important for companies and employees to agree on clear guidelines over the rules of what's allowed during working hours in this new era of hybrid work. Mark New, CGTN, San Francisco.